Hi guys, in this video I want to talk about the theories about the mysterious death of former Nigerian military dictator General Sani Abacha. 23 years after his death, the details surrounding his death is still basically a mystery. But at the same time, different rumors and theories have been circulating concerning his death, with the most famous one, which I believe most of us have heard of, is the poisoned apple theory. Like with theories and rumors, there are always different sides to it, and figuring out the one which is true is always hard, and it is especially hard in this case because the former head of state was buried on the same day, according to Islamic tradition, and without a formal autopsy. I'll be bringing to you all the rumors, the theories, the interviews, and backstory surrounding the late general's death. General Sani Abacha, who was born on the 20th of September 1943, was a Kanuri from Borno. He was born and brought up in Kano. His rise through the ranks of the military was mainly facilitated through his involvement in the coup d'etat, having taken part in 3 of them between 1983 and 1993.
Consequently, the following decisions come into immediate effect. The interim national government is hereby dissolved. The national and state assemblies are also dissolved. The state executive councils are dissolved. The brigade commanders are to take over from the governors in their states until administrators are appointed.
He was condemned worldwide after taking the reins of power in 1993 through a bloodless coup for his authoritarian rule over Nigeria. But he waved aside the condemnations by the European community because he believed the United States and other Western powers were conspiring to keep Nigeria and Africa as powerless as possible.
Many have expressed fears about the apparent return of the military. Many have talked about the concern of the international community. However, under the present circumstances, the survival of our beloved country is far above any other consideration.
According to him, he saw himself and former Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi as the only true African nationalist who had not been corrupted by the West. On the day his death was announced to the public, there was jubilation and merriment in the streets over the dictator's death. Many believed him to be a tyrant, especially after his jailing of chief civilian rival Moshood Abiola, who claimed he was the rightful ruler of Nigeria, and his execution of 9 political and environmental rights activists, including the writer Ken Saro-Wiwa. A lot of Nigerians viewed his death as a chance to return back to democracy, even though the military was not ready to release power. So here is the poisoned apple theory. The death of the head of state was so sudden and the government ruled it as a heart attack, while some people insisted he was poisoned. In a more modified story of the poisoned apple, some said that the head of state was given apple juice spiked with poison by female sex workers, notably from India. In a publication by the New York Times on July 11, 1998, it was reported that US intelligence analysts had evidence that General Sani Abacha was poisoned while in the company of 3 prostitutes, though their nationalities were not given. Now here is the junior soldiers theory. A diplomat with close contacts with the Nigerian military also confirmed the poison theory, but this time said the plan was carried out by a small group of officers who thought the only solution was to poison the widely reviled dictator, and this is what they did. I can tell you Abacha left the presidential villa in the early hours of the morning to go to one of the 2 guest houses in Abuja, which is the capital, says the anonymous diplomat. This is something he did regularly. He went there to meet 2 Indian girls in the morning of June 8th, and that is where he was poisoned. According to the diplomat, the killing was facilitated by the growing feeling of insecurity in the army after the arrest of high-ranking officers for allegedly plotting a coup in 1995 and again in 1997. Abacha, who had been party to so many coups, made it nearly impossible for one to be carried out against him, as all the barracks were far away from Abuja. And here is Al-Mustapha's testimony. The testimony given by his chief security officer, Major Hamza Al-Mustapha, dismissed the apple theory or the fact that he was given the poison in the presence of sex workers. The retired major does agree that the head of state might have been poisoned, and he insinuated that the sudden collapse of the health system of Abacha started on June 7, 1998, right from the Abuja International Airport, immediately after one of the security personnel who accompanied President Yasser Arafat of Palestine shook hands with him. He said he started noticing the change in the president immediately after the handshake, and he informed his aide, Lieutenant Colonel Abdallah. The president was then given an injection to help him rest by Sadiq Suleiman Wali. By 9 p.m. he was up and alright and receiving visitors like General Jeremiah Useni, who was his close friend. They stayed and chatted till around 3:35 a.m. and then he left. According to Al-Mustapha, he was in his quarters when security guards ran in at around 5 a.m. to inform him that the general was unstable. He immediately called Dr. Wali, who arrived in under 8 minutes and immediately administered 2 doses of injection, one on the chest and one on the neck, but it didn't work as the body was already cold and foamy. The doctor then proceeded to take blood, urine and hair samples from the body to ascertain the cause of death. Al-Mustapha also added that Bamayi suggested to him that Useni, who was the last man with the head of state, might have poisoned him, knowing well that he was the most senior officer in the PRC. And here is Useni's testimony. In the testimony of General Jeremiah Timbut Useni, he said the head of state was not poisoned as they actually conducted underground autopsies on his body, even though it wasn't official. He said they cut his body and sent it to Germany. The report that came back said that Abacha died of natural causes. They cut his body again and sent to the United Kingdom. The report that also came back said that Abacha died of natural causes. This is also the official story of the government, who insisted the president died of natural causes. The truth surrounding the head of state's death might never be fully known, but his impact on Nigeria was greatly felt, especially after the major looting of funds by the former head of state was discovered. If the funds will ever be fully recovered is a story for another day. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know what you think about the theories in the comment section, and as always, please give this video a like and maybe subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. See you in the next video. Bye for now.